So, welcome back. We were discussing about South America, land of Andes, right? In our session 1, we have discussed about physical settings, we have discussed about the extent, and then we have discussed about the physical features of South America. We have also discussed about the rivers and lakes of South America as well as the climatic conditions of South America. Today, now in this session, we are going to discuss still more things about South America. We are going to study more about South America. That is, now we are going to begin with the study of natural vegetation. Okay. Now, we are going to begin our session 2 with the study of natural vegetation. The equatorial region of the Amazon basin has dense tropical rainforest. See, what kind of forest we can see in this equatorial region of Amazon basin? We can find dense tropical rainforest. See, here we can see the pictures of evergreen forest and we can see the picture of selvas in the textbook. It is the world's largest rainforest, locally called selvas. See, these rainforests, equatorial region with the Amazon basin which has a dense tropical forest, they are the world's largest rainforest, and what they are called in the local language, they are called as selvas in the local language. Evergreen trees of hardwood with dense canopy of trees are found here. What we are going to find? Evergreen trees with the hardwood dense canopy, in the sense what? The forest has everywhere trees on the top covered like this. Okay, a very thick forest. A canopy of trees are found here. Mahogany and ebony are the valuable trees in this area. So, in that forest, which are the valuable trees? They are mahogany and ebony. They are two valuable trees found in that area. The rubber trees found here are used to make latex. See, those rubber trees which are found there, for what purposes they are used? They are used for the making of latex. On either side of the equatorial forest, grasslands are found. On both the sides of these equatorial forests, what we can find? We can find grasslands, and they are known as llanos in the Orinoco River basin and as Campos in the Brazilian highlands. They are named like that. Okay. The southeastern coast of Brazil has tropical deciduous forest. Now, what kind of forest can be seen in this southeastern coast of Brazil? We can find tropical deciduous forest. See, south of Gran Chaco region, that is in Argentina and Uruguay, is covered by what type of grasslands? It is covered by temperate grasslands to a large extent known as pampas. These temperate grasslands, they are covered to a very large extent, and what they are known? They are known as pampas. We can here see the temperate grasslands. The plateau of Patagonia has a temperate desert having scrub vegetation on the western side of the Andes, and the central region has a mixed type of forest. What actually happened, what they are telling is, the plateau of Patagonia, what it has temperate deserts on the having what type of vegetation? Scrub vegetation on the western side of the Andes, and we can find mixed type of forest in the central region. Temperate deciduous forests are found on the lower slopes See, on the lower slopes we can find temperate deciduous forest, and we can find coniferous forests on the higher slopes. Central Chile has the Mediterranean type of climate, which has always trees and shrubs. Those trees and shrubs are evergreen. This is about the natural vegetation. Now we are going to study about wildlife. Okay, we are going to study about wildlife. South America has a variety of wild animals, birds and reptiles. What happened? South America, it has a variety of wild animals, birds and reptiles. The condor is the biggest bird of prey in the world. A kind of bird whose name is condor. It is the biggest bird of prey in the entire world. Rhea is a largest bird which cannot fly like the ostrich in Australia. See, Rhea, it is a kind of large bird which cannot fly like ostrich of Australia cannot fly. The same way this bird Rhea, that also cannot fly. Spider monkey, owl monkey and squirrel monkey live in the trees of the Amazon forests. These are the types of monkeys which live on the trees of Amazon forests. Anaconda python is the largest reptile and it lives in the rainforest. See, anaconda python, it is the largest reptile, and where does it stay? It stays in the rainforest. Puma and jaguar are large animals of prey which feed on monkeys and smaller animals. Now, puma and jaguar, they are the large animals. Their prey means they are flesh eating animals. They attack other animals and eat. They attack on monkeys and smaller animals. The llama and alpaca are animals similar to camels as they have long necks. Llama and alpaca, they are animals similar to which? They are similar to camels, as like camels also have long necks. These animals, that is llama and alpaca, they also have long necks. These are domesticated by the native inhabitants for working. See, these animals, that is llama and alpaca, they are domesticated by the natives for the purpose of working. Galapagos Islands are well known for their giant tortoise. These islands, whose name is Galapagos Island, it is very well known. It is famous for what purpose it is well known? It is well known for their giant tortoise. There are spiders and insects like tsetse flies which cause sleeping sickness. We can also find a variety of spiders and insects called as tsetse flies. What they cause? They cause sleeping sickness. The Amazon River has varieties of fish. Amazon River, it includes what? It includes a variety of fishes. Which are those variety of fishes? They are stingray fish, electric fish and piranha. That is, it is the most dangerous fish in the world. Rivers also have crocodiles. See, in the textbook we can find so many images. That is, we can see llama, jaguar, condor, anaconda and alpaca. They have also given the picture of puma, tortoise, piranha fish, which is the world's dangerous fish. And also we can see Rhea just looking like ostrich which cannot fly. This is about the wildlife of South America. Now we are going to study about agriculture and animal husbandry. Agriculture and animal husbandry. Cultivable land in South America is limited. See, we find so much of varieties of land there, but land available for cultivation or the land available for agriculture is very limited. Barely 10% of its area is under cultivation. See, along such a big huge land, only 10% of land is available for cultivation. The main regions of cultivation are the Pampas in Argentina and Uruguay, parts of Brazilian highlands and east coast and central Chile. They have given few names which are the main regions of cultivation, which the cultivation is taken place in a major quantity. Which are those regions? They are Pampas in Argentina, Uruguay, and then parts of Brazilian highlands, east coast and central Chile. These are the regions of cultivation. Most important crops of South America are maize, wheat, rice, cotton, coffee, sugarcane, etc. What are the some of the major crops or important crops? They are maize, wheat, rice, coffee, cotton, sugarcane, etc. These are the important crops of South America. Maize is a native crop of South America and it is the chief food crop in the warm tropical regions. It is the chief food crop of this warm tropical region. Wheat is grown in the cooler temperate regions in Argentina and Chile. Where wheat is grown? Wheat is grown in the cooler temperate regions in Argentina and Chile. Wheat is also exported from Argentina. What has happened? Wheat, it is grown in the cooler region and it is also exported from Argentina. Potato is widely grown in the Andes region. Rice is cultivated all along the Brazilian coast. Rice where it is cultivated all along the Brazilian coast. Okay. Brazil is called coffee pot of the world. Coffee is derived from kaffa. See, Brazil, what it is called? It is called as the coffee pot of the world. And why and where is the word coffee derived? It is derived from the word kaffa. Fazenda is the largest coffee estate. Thousands of coffee plantations in Brazil. See, Fazenda, it is the largest coffee estate where we can find thousands of coffee plantations, that is in Brazil. Rio de Janeiro is called coffee port of the world. Rio de Janeiro, what it is called? It is called as the coffee port of the world. Among non-food crops, South America is an important producer of coffee and cocoa. See, South America, it is an important producer of coffee and cocoa. Brazil is the world's largest producer of coffee. Brazil, it is the world's largest producer of coffee. Colombia and Ecuador are also important producers of coffee. Cocoa is also produced on a large scale in the coastal regions of Brazil. See, cocoa, it is also produced in a very large scale where in the coastal regions of Brazil. Colombia and Ecuador are the other producers of cocoa. Next is cotton is grown in drier slopes of Andes and is exported to other countries. Where is this cotton grown? This cotton is grown in the drier slopes of Andes and is exported to other countries. South America is an important producer of sugar cane in the tropical lowlands. What happened? South America, it is an important producer of sugar cane in the tropical lowlands. Brazil is the leading producer of sugar cane and it is the second largest producer in the world. See, Brazil, it is the leading producer of what? Leading producer of sugar cane and it is second largest producer in the entire world. That is second largest producer of sugar cane in the world. Other sugarcane producing countries are, that is apart from Brazil, other countries which produce sugarcane are Argentina, Peru, Guyana and Colombia. Grasslands of pampas are ideal for livestock rearing. See, grasslands of pampas, why they are ideal, why they are suitable? They are suitable for livestock rearing, they are suitable for rearing of animals. Livestock includes mainly horses, pigs, sheep and cows. Livestock include which all animals? They include horses, pigs, sheep and cows. Argentina was once the biggest exporter of beef in the world. See, Argentina, it was the biggest exporter of beef in the once upon a time. Argentina, it was the biggest exporter. Beef was exported to the world, in the entire world. The pampas are fine grazing areas for beef cattle. So say beef, the pampas, they are the very fine grazing areas for whom? For beef cattle. Dairy cattle grazing pastures are richer, whereas poorer pastures on the Patagonian plains and mountains are meant for sheep rearing. Poorer pastures which are present on the regions of Patagonian plains and mountains, they are meant for what? They are meant for sheep rearing. There are cowboys called gauchos who manage the sheep. Those who look after the sheep, they are the cowboys. What they are called? They are called as gauchos. Next, the best fishing grounds are located in the coast of the Pacific Ocean. Where is the best fishing done? It is done or it is located in the coast of Pacific Ocean. The Peruvian and Chilean coasts are the most important fishing grounds. See, Peruvian and Chilean coast, they are the most important fishing grounds. Though Peru had been the leading fishing nation, its importance declined because the bulk of fish caught were mainly small pelagic fishes which were used in making fertilizers. See, what happened actually was, Peru, it was the leading fishing nation, but that declined, that came to end. Why? Because the bulk fishes which were caught, they were used for what purposes? They were mainly pelagic fishes which were used for making the fertilizers, and that is why its importance declined. China's catch is almost the same as Canada's, but mostly it is used for industrial purposes and not for the sake of food. Lake Titicaca and River Amazon are important places of freshwater fishing. See, this Lake Titicaca and this Amazon River, they are the important places of freshwater fishing. Next comes about the population. We are going to now study about what? About the population of South American continent. Population. The inhabitants of South America belonged to mixed racial groups. What happened? These inhabitants of South America, where do they belong? They belong to the mixed racial groups. Amazon Indians and Inca Indians are natives of South America who settled before the arrival of Europeans. Amazon Indians and Inca Indians means like those of Indians, they are the natives of South America who settled before the arrivals of these Europeans. Europeans actually they came in search of gold and they later settled there itself. Slaves were brought from Africa to work in plantations. Slaves, workers, they were brought from Africa for the work of plantations. The intermarriage among these groups formed mixed races. Because of the intermarriage, we can find mixed races there. South America registers a much higher percentage of urbanization. See, South America, it registers the highest percent of urbanization, and what it is, 80% than any other country in the world. That is on an average of 47% of urbanization. The highest urban population is in Uruguay, that is 93%, and the lowest percent of urbanization is in Guyana, which is 36%. The dense forests of Amazon, Andean mountains, deserts of Atacama and Patagonia are very sparsely inhabited. See, these dense forests of Amazon and these Andean mountains, deserts of Atacama and Patagonia, there are very small number of inhabitants. We can find a very less population there. Gran Chaco and Guyana highlands are also sparsely inhabited. That is, Gran Chaco and Guyana highlands, they are also, their population is very small number of inhabitants can be found there. Most of the population is concentrated along the coasts in big cities and ports like Buenos Aires, Rio de Janeiro, Valparaiso, Sao Paulo, etc. These are the places where we can find a more concentration of a population. See, here South American population density is given. The brown color denotes very high population, pink is denoting medium population, and yellow color is denoting low population. Wherever we can find this brown colored, it means that it is very highly populated. The pink denotes medium population of the country, and this yellow color denotes low population of this continent. Hollow continent. Inhabitants is mainly found in the coastal belt. See, lot of inhabitants, large number of population is found on these coastal belts. Central part of the continent is thinly inhabited. Here the central part of the entire continent is very thinly habited. Only we find several number, a very limited population, a very low population. Population in South America is mainly concentrated in coastal areas, but the central continent is less concentrated, so it is called hollow continent, since it is thickly populated on the coastal areas and low populated in the central part of the continent. That is why it is called as what? It is called as hollow continent. South America registers birth rate similar to the world's average. See, birth rate, how it is similar to that of world's average birth rate, that is 21 out of 1000. But the death rate of South America, it is 6 out of 1000, which is less than the world's average. What is the world's average death rate? It is 9 out of 1000. Therefore, the rate of natural increase of population in South America is higher than the world's average. Since the death rate in South America is less, that is why what has happened, there is a natural increase of population in South America compared to the higher is higher than compared to the world's average. This is about what? This is about the population of South America. So students, what we have studied in this session? We have studied about natural vegetation, about the varieties of animals, flora and fauna present in this South American continent. And then we studied about the wildlife, we studied about the agriculture and animal husbandry, the rearing animals, those animals, okay. And also we studied about what? Maize, wheat, rice, coffee, cotton, sugar cane, etc. These are the major most important crops grown here. And then we studied about the population of this South American quantity. So students, we have ended up with this lesson of South America, land of Andes. I hope you all have understood the chapters. Since we find only the names of places, mountains, animals and all, you need to read it carefully and understand. Keep studying, stay safe and thank you.